Okay, good morning. Good morning, everyone. If you can hear me, kindly speak up. Good morning.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, bro. How far? How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
Alright, we'll be starting today's class. I don't know if you're seeing my screen. You're seeing my screen, right?
Yeah. No, I'm just seeing you right now.
Okay. I don't know. This is 12:04. Let's give some other persons little time to join the section.
Okay, no issues.
Okay. While we're doing that, let me quickly share my screen so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, you can see my screen now, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep waiting for others to join the section.
Okay.
In the next 5 minutes, we're going to start. How I do my own, I don't wait much for people. If they really want to join, they'll join. But the thing there is, the call is recorded, and I'll still send this thing to them, the video. So people that will join will definitely join, and once it's 12 or okay, let's just make it 12:07. That will start immediately. So
Okay.
before then, sir, have you logged into your AWS console? I like having
Yeah,
a
I've done that.
practical hands-on class. You've logged in?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, is it right now? I've done that before. My system is off.
Okay, not right now. I want you
Okay.
okay, I want you to log into your account so that whatever I'm doing you see what I'm doing. Or if you're the type that can understand maybe later when watching the video you follow along. Whichever way
Yeah.
it is for you.
I'll, I'll prefer that one because yeah, later I'll watch it and do the practical.
Okay, this is 12:07. Let's go down to business of the day. Okay, now the previous class we talked about I am and every other thing. We talked about I am, then how to use I am, how to create a user, then after creating a user, how to add roles. But due to the network issues in the our last class, I wasn't able to add anything to a user because of the network issue that we had. So today's class we're going to basically do three things. If I'm speaking faster, just let me know. Anything you don't understand, you're free to ask a question, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can hear you and understand what you're saying.
All right. So the thing today we'll be working on I am. Let's rephrase on I am again. And first of all, I am is an identity and access management. Now, whatever we are doing, we are talking about how to be a solution architect, or some persons call it cloud engineer. So, as a cloud engineer or solution architect, the first thing you need to do is to do what? Create your own I am, which is identity
Okay.
and access management. Now, to be professional, I'm not meant to be logging in with my root user. I believe you know what root user is already.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now I'm not meant to log in with my root user because after this class, if you see how to create a user after this class, please don't log in with your root user. Create an account for yourself, which is a user for yourself. But I am logging in now as a root user simply because this is a lecture. there are some certain things a user will be restricted, even though there are permission that you can give to a user. But now I logged in now as a root user. After this section, I won't be logging in again with my root user because I already have an IAM account that I'll be logging in with. You understand?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, if you click on this place, you are seeing my screen clearly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what you will do now is this. If you can see here, you will see that basically I have three users here, which is AWS Bootcamping, Najisandra, and user tutorial. Now,
Yeah.
in our next classes, I will be working with this AWS Bootcamping. Now, in this AWS Bootcamping, I already gave a permission to this AWS Bootcamping. So this thing now has permissions to do almost vividly everything the root user will be doing. Now, this Najisandra is someone also in this. The person is in this section, in this class as well. So the person actually doesn't have permission in AWS account. So I had to create a user for the person. Now, this user now, Najisandra, can do everything in AWS without registering for AWS. All I need to do is just to give the person access to this account. I believe you watched how to create a user previously, right?
Yeah. Yes. I did.
Okay. Okay. Now, what we'll be working on now is how to add a user to a group. Now, to do that, this is a group. If you see now, there is no group in my
Yes.
account now. I've not added any user in the group. Now, what is a group? The essence of a group now is if, for instance, now Microfinance Bank employs you now on this call and say, okay, now you are now our solution architect. And in any department, once you are the solution architect, or okay, let's just say ICT technician, you know, if you are an ICT technician and the department have something like programming, networking, and all these things. Now, this group now is if there are some certain group of people that you want to add in networking, and now, okay, let's just say now we create this thing now, create a group and name it networking group. Now, every user that will be added to this networking group are the people that have access to the networking in the company.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, I do.
So this is now a networking group. Now, the essence of this group now is instead of giving those individuals, those users policy, you give this person policies, you give this person access to have access to the PVC, private virtual cloud of the company, or you give this person access to have to the cloud. Now, the only roles that I'm going to give is the group roles. I'm not giving them individual roles again.
Okay.
You understand? Now, this
Yes.
networking now this networking, if after creating this group now that I've named networking group, now let me just finish the question. Now, after naming this thing networking group, all these things are what are roles. Now you can see that there are optionals here where for me now to add user, any user. If for instance now I want to add this Najisandra to the group, I'm adding Najisandra now to the group already. So Najisandra now is on that group, networking group. Now,
Yeah.
when it comes to policy, this Najisandra now, I need to give a policy that will be guiding the group. Whatever I say in this group, whatever I create, whatever policy I give this group is what is going to take on. For instance, now, if I say, okay, this group of people should have, let's just say, they should have administrator access. You understand? Now,
Yeah.
This administrator access that I'm giving to them now means everybody in this group has every access to everything concerning networking in the company.
Yes. Okay.
Or if I now restrict them and say, okay, everybody in that group should have access to only IAM, identity and access management. Let's just say I give them to IAM access advisory read only. Now, for the fact that they are in that group, they can only be reading things in IAM without creating anything in IAM. They cannot edit anything. Everything within IAM will be restricted for them because the access I'm giving to the group is advisor read only. They can just read. They can't do anything on the IAM. Once they log into their AWS account, they will be restricted to only reading in IAM. Every other thing will not show. They can't have access to S3 bucket. They can't have access to EC2 instance. The only thing they will be seeing is what only IAM and identity and access management. And once they are seeing it, they cannot edit. Like what I'm doing now, they cannot be able to create user. They cannot create policy.
Okay. Okay. I understand. Yeah.
They can because I'm giving them this particular role. Now I'm creating the group. Now you click on create the group.
Okay.
Okay, I've created the group now. So this group now is actually now the group that Sandra is in now. Like before now, Sandra, I gave Sandra permission to have access to every other thing. You understand? But because
Yes.
now I've added Sandra to this group now, which have only access to the IAM and read only. Sandra
Yeah.
now, Sandra now will only have access. For me now to do it, I need to go and to IAM, then click on Sandra and remove the previous permission that I gave to Sandra.
Okay.
You understand? Now
Yes.
I will click on users. This is Sandra. You click on Sandra. It's loading for us to see the can you see it now? Sandra now
Yeah. I
have
can.
administrator access and IAM access read only.
Yes.
Now, because he has only access to IAM read only, you can only see the group she's in is networking group. So for me to do this now, I need to remove this one from Sandra, administrator access. Or
Yeah.
it depends on the role Sandra is playing on the company. You understand? It depends on if I still want Sandra to have access to administrator access. She can still have access to administrator access, but anytime she clicks on IAM, identity and access management, she can only be
Yeah.
reading.
Okay.
But
Okay.
in every other thing in AWS, Sandra have access to it.
Okay. Okay. That's the administrator access.
Yes, she has
Okay.
administrator access. She can create roles, she can create policies, she can create AWS budget, she can create instance. When we come to that gradually, you understand. She can create even an EC2 instance, create S3 bucket. But when she enter IAM, identity and access management, Sandra can only read
Okay. Okay. I understand.
because she's in this group. Okay, now having done that, this is all about the groups. Now this is all about groups and roles, and that's permission. Then there's what they call policy. Now policy is this: if I want to create policy, they have inline policy. Policy in the sense that you can create a group, add 20 person in the group, restrict from some person in the group, and make someone, maybe one person, to have access over them by using policies.
Okay.
Now if I want to create a policy, now you click on create policy. It's loading, just few seconds. Just few seconds. Okay, now this is the policy. Now let's just create write the name of the policy. Now these are the commonly used policies that I've created earlier on, but let's just create another one. Now when it comes to policy, let's just say I want to create I am policy. I select an I am identified RWSS. Let me just select this I am policy. Now when it comes to policy, it's either you go with the one JSON or visual. Now this lies on the question some persons were asking me both privately and on the group. In AWS, someone need programming language? Now JSON is a programming language. It's a language that AWS makes use of. It's either you use the CLI command line interface or use the JSON, which is the code. Now the action, specific action allowed. If you click on this JSON now, you see AWS already has a code. Like I said earlier on, whatever you want to do, AWS already has the code for you. All you need to do is to understand where and how to edit. And whatever you want to do, if you want to delete everything here, AWS has its own, whereby you can log in, get any action code that you want to use. With time we'll get to that place. So now let's go back to visual. Visual now means I want to be putting it directly, not by code.
Okay.
You understand? So now
Yes.
I want to use I am, action allowed. Now this policy now is of 3 different types now. This policy now, what is expected of me now? Do I want to create a policy that the person can only list but cannot read, or the person can read but cannot see anything, or the person can read and write? You understand? Now this is because I want to create my own policy that I will give to that group, networking group that Sandra is. You understand?
No, I don't get it well.
Okay, let me rephrase. What I'm saying now is this policy now, in Sandra's, when we created Sandra, we added Sandra to a group, and we gave the group a role, and that role is only I am. Sandra can only read but cannot edit, cannot write. Now that role is an AWS role. Now I want to create my own policy that will add to Sandra. If for instance now I want Sandra to read list without editing it, without writing, Sandra will have 2 of it. I will go and add it. Now for instance now, let's just say read. Now these are the policies that Sandra can have, that once I grant Sandra access to read, if I click all read actions, Sandra will have access to everything you are seeing here.
Okay.
But because I want to restrict Sandra in some certain things, we are working on I am, identity and access management. This is the security when it comes to cloud. Everything in cloud, like you are getting a job, this is the security. Now you as an IT support engineer, this is your work. You are seeing the affairs of everything that is happening in AWS, in the company, hosting everything. So you need to know the permission everybody in the company uses. Now Sandra is a new worker. You want to grant policies that will be guiding Sandra. Sandra will just log in and not do anything. She will just be busy doing that particular thing you want her to do.
Okay.
Now, if for instance now the read I want Sandra to be doing is generate organization access report. You see, all these things now are in AWS, but the only thing I want Sandra to be doing is to generate organization access report. Her own is to just to sit down, be reading the report. If there is anything that is not clear, if there is anything another person that created the report is not doing, Sandra's own is just to read the report and analyze. Once Sandra, I grant access to Sandra to generate organization access report, which means if she logs into her AWS account, the only thing Sandra will be doing is everything happening in the organization access report. She won't have access to any other thing.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
Now I'm creating the policy that will guide Sandra. Now this, let's just say I'm working with only this one. This is what Sandra needs, and I say okay, this is what Sandra needs. Okay, good. I've granted access. Forget every other thing. With time we'll still see the permission. Now this is what I want Sandra to do. Require permission not selected. Sorry, let me go back and select. There's a permission I missed earlier on.
Okay.
Policy error, missing required action cannot be empty. This is the action. The essence now, I don't want to go into writing codes in JSON. You understand? So that's why it's saying action error cannot be empty. So now, for me to correct this thing now, action allowed. I need to cancel it. Then click on next. I've created it. Let's find where the error is coming from. I've created allow, permission, everything is working. I'm trying to figure out, this is part of learning. The more you're doing, the more I thank God I'm having this error so that we can fix it together.
Yeah.
Specify action from service to be allowed. Okay, EC2. I've seen this thing. This is where I want this thing to be. This require permission not selected. 6 more are generated organization access report. They are giving me that I'm meant to select 6, but what I want to do, I just want only one action for Sandra. Okay. What's happening? Policy error. What's missing? Missing required field cannot be empty. I've done generate cloud formation templates. Now I want to use AWS normal policy now. This is JSON. If you watch vividly, AWS already provided the JSON codes.
Okay.
So all I need to do now is just to click download, or just copy. I'm just going to copy it. I'm just copying the code. Okay. Now let me input the code in this thing. If this didn't work, that means I think this troubleshooting or issue from them, not from my end. I'm working with EC2. End of this amount. Okay, so it's worked now.
Okay.
So I've created a policy. Yep. So now let's go. But once I've created it now, go back to. Are you sure I want to leave the current page? Yep. Now the groups. Okay, the users. This Sandra now has permission. Only Sandra now has permission to do just that particular thing. She won't have access to any other thing again in the AWS account. Okay, now we are done with this. Let's enter into the business of the day. Like I said earlier on, this addendum to our previous class that I couldn't finish
Yeah.
because of network. So today, what we'll be working on is how to host a static website in AWS.
Okay.
Now, do you know what S3 bucket is?
S3.
Yep.
Oh no.
Okay, now let me click on your this thing on the search button, type S3. Now this is S3. Now S3 is just like, as they call it, S3 bucket. It's just like a bucket where you input all your codes. If you want to host something, S3 is just like a storage bucket where whatever you created, maybe you now as a solution architect, you are now in a company, you enter into in the first time you enter your company, you've worked there for like 3 months, and the programmers, okay, met you, sir, we want to host something in AWS. You as a solution architect, it is your duty to host it for them. Now,
Yeah.
you now ask them, is the codes ready? They will be like, yeah, we are done programming, the website is ready, everything is working functional. Your duty now as a solution architect is for you now to host the static website for them. You are not the programmer. This lies in the
Okay.
question someone asked. You guys were asking, can someone be a programmer? Can you be writing code before you become a solution architect or cloud computer? No, but you must have knowledge of it. When you are dealing with something, you know, okay, this is what this thing is doing, this, but you must not be the one to write the code. Now
Okay.
let's
Yeah.
okay. Now let's create an S3 bucket and host a static website. Before we start now, the company already gave me a codes. You understand?
Okay.
Now,
Yes.
let's for instance, this is the code the company gave me. You can see assets, you can see CSS, you can see index.
Oh, I can't see anything. I can't see them.
Okay, you can't see my screen now.
The S3 interface. That's what I'm seeing right now.
Oh, because I'm sharing only my this thing. The screen I share was just only the Chrome section. Okay,
Okay.
I'll explain that later. Now, when you click on
Okay.
S3 buckets, just to create a bucket. Now, you create on S3 bucket. Now, the question now is, what is the name of the S3 bucket I want to create? Now,
Okay.
this name is the name of the storage name. Let's just say storage name. Okay, you on the call, what's your name?
Okay. My name is Justin.
Austin. Okay,
Justin.
okay,
Okay.
Justin. Okay. Let me
Yes.
use Justin. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, correct.
Okay, now the name of the S3 bucket I want to create now is Justin, which is
Okay.
actually your name. Okay,
Yeah.
so and what I want to create now is this. I want to host a website that will run, that you copy the link, click on the link, it will take you to the website. You know, that's what AWS do. You pay them to manage your site for you, to manage everything. That is pay as you go.
Yeah.
Whatever you are using is what you are paying for.
Okay.
Okay, now the AWS region. This is one of the reasons why I sent a Udemy course earlier on, for you people to understand the theoretical aspect of AWS before we enter hands on. Now, when it comes to region, I'm working with US East North Virginia, and this one now, because I'm in Nigeria, this is the one I feel like is close to me, and that's what I'm working on. If you click on this place, you see different, you see US East Ohio, you see US West California, you see US West region. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now, but the one and the region I'm working on, later you study about region. The region I'm working on is US East North Virginia, US East. Okay,
Mm, yeah.
now you scroll down a little, copy setting from existing bucket. Now it's requesting for me now to existing settings from existing bucket. I don't need it. I want to create my own bucket, so I'm not gonna
Okay.
choose anyone. You see where they write ACL disabled recommended all objects to this bucket and owned by account AWS bucket, and ACL enabled objects of this bucket can be owned by other AWS. So I'm working with this one, the first one that is ticked already.
Yeah.
Now you can see block public access setting for the bucket. I'm going to untick this, but please, before you do this, make sure you're professional on this. I'm going to untick this. Now, the essence of me unticking this, because I want this to be made public.
Okay.
I want people to see what I'm doing. If you click on the link, take me to the website. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it's something that is working only in your company, within your company, please don't don't untick this block or public access.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So having done that, I have unticked it. Can you see that it's still giving me a warning? Turning off block or public access might result in the bucket and object within becoming public, which means people will have access to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to acknowledge. I acknowledge that the current setting might result in the bucket and the object within becoming public. Good and fine.
Sure.
Okay. Now, bucket versioning. When it comes to versioning, though we've not gotten to the, but let me just explain little of versioning. Now, bucket versioning is, what if this one have issue? Would there be backup? You know what another version of something is?
Yeah. So
Okay,
back up, right?
yeah, it's like a backup something. Yeah, yeah, like a backup something. Now I want to
Mm,
enable it. Though even if you leave disable, but if you are doing professional something, you need a backup. That's the essence of this enable. Because once you click on disable, if the server has issue, that's why if you are logging into a website and the website is kind of faulty, traffic, before you know it, another the thing will load and continue, which means it now routes to another router. But let's not talk about that one for now, since we are still in the basic. You
okay.
understand? Okay, now
Yeah.
I need to just click on enable. Okay, now encryption, let's forget about, just leave everything here, leave everything here as default, whether professional or unprofessional, unless you are doing advanced. That's when this server-side encryption, if the company has their own particular password in locking their accounts, in locking things they are working on, that is when you will now change maybe server-side encryption with AWS key management system. But for now, let's allow AWS to manage the security for us, the keys for us. So leave the first one. Then bucket key disable, using S3 bucket key to SSH reducing encryption and stuff. Just leave every other thing like that. I like picking my class 1 hour. Okay, 1 few minutes. Okay, now advanced setting. You click on advanced settings to know object log. I don't, just leave those ones for now. Store objects using right ones. Okay, you can do this one. Enable permanently allow objects in this bucket to be locked. Additional object lock configuration is required to work. Just disable it for now. Let's just leave it at disable. Okay, what else? I think we are done creating. After creating the bucket, you can upload the file. Now we are done creating the bucket. We're done creating the bucket. Oh, can you see something will have an error? It says bucket with the same name already exists. Now this shows that someone in the world using AWS. Okay, this shows that someone in the world using AWS already has the name Justin. So another person cannot use it. So for us to, what's your initial?
Chukwemeka.
Okay, Justin Chukwemeka. I think I'm correct.
Yes.
Okay, Chukwemeka. Let's know if someone bearing Justin Chukwemeka is using the same account, using AWS. Let's create it. Oh, successful. So Everly, no one has taken that name.
Okay.
So now we have created the S3 bucket. Now you, as a solution architect, you want to host something. You've created a bucket. This is just like you going to the market to buy a bucket. You've gotten the bucket, but the bucket has no content inside it.
Yeah.
You understand? This is a bucket.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gallon. You know, that time when we were small, my mom do buy beans, open beans, pour beans inside the gallon and cover it. She will be like, let this maggot or anything not enter inside it. This is now the gallon my mom bought, but we are yet to get the beans.
Okay.
Now for us to do this thing, you click on the Justin. You saw what I clicked, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now when you click on it, you can see that the bucket is empty. Nothing, everything is just like an empty gallon. Nothing is inside of it. Now you click on upload. This upload is okay. It's time for us to pour something inside the gallon.
Okay.
Now when you click on upload, you can see where what is written here. It says drag and drop files folder to want to upload here. If you want to upload something here, drag and drop it here. You understand? I want to fill the gallon. Now, as a solution architect, the programmers has given you the codes in a folder. The folder is in your system. You already have the folder that you want to launch. You want to host the website for them. I programmed everything using CSS, HTML, both everything is working perfectly. Now your work is to host it. Now what I will do now is add a file. I will click on add a file. Now this file now that I'm adding. Okay, can you see my screen clearly now?
Yeah, I can.
Can you see where the row CSS, index, access?
No, I can't see that one.
Okay, you can't see it.
Yes.
Okay, now let me correct something. I think there's a technical error. Let me correct something. Okay. Let me correct something and get back to you and share another thing. Okay.
Okay.
Mm, okay. Coming. All right. Um, okay. Now, you can.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay, you can see it now. Okay.
Yes.
Now these are the codes, the things. These are the static sites. This is the code I want to open. These are the things I want to host. The programmer has given me this and say, Chukwemeka Austin, run this site, host it, and send me the link. I want the link to be functional.
Okay.
You understand? I want
Yeah.
it to be functional. Do this for me as fast as possible. Okay. Now, so having done that, um, all I need to do is just to click on add file. You can still see what this thing I'm working on, right?
Yeah, I can see the CSS JavaScript.
Okay, I will copy everything. Are you seeing what I'm copying?
From which place are you right now?
Um, okay, now you see what I'm copying. I'm copying those codes. I have to hide some certain things because I have confidential documents there that you're not meant to see.
Okay, I understand.
So
No,
I disabled your screen to see one side till I'm done with the code.
okay.
Alright. But
No
once
issue.
I'm done copying the code, you see what I'm doing.
Okay.
Alright. Now, okay. Just be on the call. I'll still grant you access to see some certain things now.
Okay.
Just few minutes.
Okay.
I'm compiling the codes. It's actually has some private things, so I need to clear off some that you might see this privilege access.
No issues.
Uh, okay. Alright, let me grant you access to this now. I'm done with that now. Okay,
Okay.
let me grant you access to it now. Okay, you can see it now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what can you see now? You can see where they wrote JPG index, stuff like that.
Destination files and folders. Okay. Uh, close close icon
Exactly.
SVG
Now,
script. Yeah.
this thing here now is that code that you saw earlier on. But because I'm uploading it now, you have to complete it to know the content of it, and that was why I had to hit some certain things, remove some things you are not meant to see.
Okay.
So now, having done this now, you still see it normally. You still get to see it well. Now, you click on upload. This just assumed that. But before then, just remind me on the group. I will send the complete code of this thing to you on the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
I will send you the link on how to get it to my Google Drive.
Okay, no problem.
Alright. So after doing that, all you need to click is click on upload. So it will take time. See, this thing we are doing now, we are actually hosting a site now.
Yeah, yeah.
They have given us the code. Let's just give it some little some seconds. Okay. Few minutes it should go through. Let's give it a little time.
Okay.
Once you get to this, you'll see it. Before you know it, once it gets successful, you will now see the exact code you saw earlier on.
Okay.
So a few minutes, it's going 69%, it's going down, it's going down gradually. Few minutes, 69. It's actually taking little time. As imagine it's taking little time like this, and we're working on just static website. When we start working on dynamic, you know what? But you actually know what static website is and the difference between static and dynamic, right?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Okay.
No static, you just only read. Like read things, then you don't
Yeah, just
commit
read,
or
read, read,
yeah,
read, read. It's not dynamic in nature.
yeah.
So that's what we're working on now. Trying to host a static website. The office has given you the code. All they need for you to do now is to host the website, make sure that the server is up and doing, is running perfectly. Then in our next classes, as time goes on, lectures, you will now see how to have your own custom domain that you now, this website you created, whatever we are doing now, just keep track record of it, because this site now we are going to work on dynamic. We are going to add what they call Route 53, how to make it route in different ways. We are going to make it have our own custom domain, and there's what they also call VPC. We are going to create our own personal VPC, and that one will be adding what they called it's like I'm giving you more time. Let me know if I want you. Let me know if I want you. Let's just continue with this dynamic. And okay, now is done. Is done. Our upload is done. We are done. You can see the screen now, right? We are done. Okay. Now, having done this, everything is working perfectly. We have uploaded the code. Hello? 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 Okay. Having done this now, we have uploaded the file. Then you click on close. Okay. I think there was a little network issue. Hello, Mr. Austin. Are you still on the call? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. These are the codes you have uploaded. As you can see now, it has that same thing that we saw earlier on.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what we'll need to do now is click on properties. We want to get the link for this site. This site we just uploaded. Okay, now the let's just for instance let me explain well. Now we have added beans to the gallon we bought earlier on.
Okay.
You understand? We've added beans to it. We have covered it
Yeah.
like it's sealed now. It's sealed. Then I now took the gallon to a destination where you don't know. I dropped it there, locked it with padlock. Now we want to see how to get to where the gallon of beans is located now. Where it is, the padlock to open it so that we will now have access to see the content inside the gallon.
Okay.
So now it's just to get the link. This is what you clicked on properties. Now you need to come down, change this place. There is a place you see. Now here, static website hosting. Static website what? Hosting.
Post.
Object log, transfer disabled, everything here. Just watch. This is what we're working on. Watch. Default encryption. I want you to see clearly. Server strong, AWS CrowdStrike. All these things are things you get to know later on. Static
Okay.
website. You click on edit. Static website hosting. Click enable, so that this thing will show that what we are hosting is what? Static.
Okay.
You understand? Now
Yeah.
now you can see host a static website is now ticked.
Okay.
If you disable this thing, it won't work. It's obvious it's not static. So you need to identify, you need to show that this is static or dynamic. So it's now on what? Static website hosting. Alright.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
now, for us to make sure that this thing is what? Static website hosting. If you remember the code, when we were copying the code, we have what? Index. There is a place we saw index, which is show that this thing is what? A HTML document.
Okay.
So it's now showing specify the home or default page of the website. It's what? Index.html, because this thing is what? HTML. If it's PHP you are working on, you must make sure that you specify that is what? PHP. If it's Python, you must specify it's .py, like it's Python or whatever you are coding on. Make sure that you specify it in this word, in this place. So we're working on index.html. Now it's asking, do we have error? Do we have error in the code? Now the programmers didn't show us if there was error. You understand? They did not
Yeah.
show us if there was error. Now let me show you the code. That's the code. You can see it now, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You can see asset just index.
Yes.
Now, there's nothing like error in this codes. So therefore, the other column is invalid. It should be empty because they did not add anything error.
Okay.
So, and these codes are what HTML. That was why we have to insert index.html.
Yeah.
All right. So let me continue. Okay. After that being done, this error we need to leave it like that
Okay.
because we don't have any error code.
Yeah. And it's optional as well.
It's optional. But if
Yeah.
we have had an error in that code, you must input it here.
Okay.
So now,
Okay.
this thing I did here, all these settings, if you want to write it in this thing in JSON, you can just write it here, but we're not working on this now. So all you need to do is just to click on save changes.
Okay.
You understand? Now,
Yeah.
having done that, you come down here. This is the link for this thing we hosted now.
Oh, okay.
Now you can see HTML Justin Chukwuemeka SU website USA. You know, when we now have a domain website, all these things will be changed. We will now change it to our own particular domain. Like if the thing is www.chukwuemeka at or
Yeah.
www.chukwuemeka.something.com, that's what
Yeah.
it will be because that's your own domain name. So let's copy the link. We copy the link. Oh, let's pray it works. Then we'll create. You are still seeing my system, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You create a new tab. You paste the link. You are seeing the link. I pasted it, right?
No, I can't see it though.
You're not seeing my this thing.
What I'm seeing right now is AWS. AWS
Oh, okay. Let
enter.
me let me let me share screen for you to see that particular one.
Okay.
Um, you see what I want to show you now. Okay. Um. Okay. You can see my news. You can see new tab now, right?
Yes. Yeah. Google.
Okay. Now, I want to paste this the thing I copied. You can see the link, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll click on enter. What are you seeing?
403 forbidden.
Which means there is an error.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to teaching, errors are something that when you face it, you need to do or tackle it.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell yourself where the error is coming from?
Access denied. Receipt. Ooh. I can't.
Okay, neither do I. I don't even know where the error is coming from. But what I know now is there is an error, and the error
Yeah.
must be corrected. We need to
Yeah.
find means. So now this thing now means that we need to go back to what we did. Try and know what something we did not do. You understand?
Okay.
Now, as a
Yeah.
solution architect, you will be facing what errors when you are hosting things. Now, the ability for you, to correct when you encounter error is what makes you what a solution architect.
Yes.
Now, as a cloud engineer or solution architect want to know the solution to this thing, because now you cannot tell your boss or the company that you have an error. It's something that you need to figure out within yourself.
Yeah.
Everly the codes is correct because the programmer tested this very well before sending it to you.
Okay.
So what we'll do now is go back. Okay. Okay. What we need to now is go and you remember when we were working, there is a place I told you not that we are going to untick for public what access.
Yeah.
Now, because we unticked it for public access, we are going to create a permission. You are seeing my screen now, right?
Yeah.
We are going to create a permission that will grant that public what to do what to have access to it, and I think that's where the issue comes from. So for us to do that, you go to permission.
Okay.
You understand? Now you go to
Yeah.
permission. Can you see where the issue is coming from? Whether plays the road block or public access
That's it. Yeah.
is
It's
off
off.
now.
Yeah.
Because it's off, it's meant to be like that because of what I'm doing. Now, what we are going to do now, I want to create my own policy. Like I said earlier on about policy, I want to create my own policy that will display that into public.
Okay.
Now, what I will do now is just to click on edit. You understand? I'm clicking on edit.
Yeah.
Now, this edit now, I'll click on add new statement. Like I said earlier on, if you watch vividly now, AWS already has given me what I need.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah. The codes. So.
Yes, AWS has given me the codes, but I don't want to work with this. I want to create my own policy. Because this is the policy that made it not to display. So I don't want this policy. So what I need to do now is what? Delete every policy that is there.
Okay.
You understand? Now,
Yeah.
AWS has what I want now is I want this website to go publicly. You understand?
Yes.
I want this to go publicly. Now, having deleted this now, I have my AWS now has its own code that has been written that will make this thing to go publicly. And all I need to do, I've copied the code. I'll paste it here.
Okay.
I have pasted the code now. This is a new code.
Okay.
Now, this is the one AWS owned that I've copied from AWS. I requested for this from. I'll show you the link later in the group chat. I'll drop the because this is a section. It's not everything I'll drop because people will still have access to this in many places. So, but for those in my class, I'll still drop the link on how to get these codes.
Okay.
Now, all I need to do is to delete the bucket name. Can you see what I deleted?
Yeah.
Now, having deleted it, I need to go and copy what? Your own name, which is what? Austin. Austin Chukwuemeka.
Yeah. It's Justin. Okay.
Okay, Justin, right? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Justin, right? Justin.
There's no E. Just JUS.
Okay, so Justin
Yes. Yes.
Chukwu. I
Yeah.
think this is the name of that bucket we created, right?
Yes.
Now, this thing is now telling it get an object with the name Justin Chukwuemeka, because that's the name of that bucket we created.
Okay.
Now, having done that, you come down and save the changes. Unexpected error occurred. Okay, there's an error in the code.
I haven't heard it.
There's an error. Okay,
The
it says
line two.
that we have error in the line 2.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out the error. This shouldn't be, everything is correct. Just give me a few seconds.
Okay.
Trying to correct it. Why am I having this error? Justin Justin Chukwuemeka. I think this should be this error that I'm getting in this.
I think it's from this what's this symbols, not symbols, called closing and opening bracket. This bracket there.
Yeah, I'm trying to check. It's correct. This one closes this.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, it's correct. It's correct. It's meant to be like that. Let me just try and save changes again. Security warning, unexpected error occurred. Okay.
Okay. Policy must be
Unexpected
valid.
policies must be valid testing and first buy must be. Okay. I think it's correct. This is meant to be the first testing I'm working on. Okay, let me try another column. This should work. This should work. This should work. Because this one is closing this one.
Yeah. Those opening should be 3 because the closing is 3. 3 is 3 brackets. The opening one should also be 3.
I'm working on it. Should work. This should work, I think, because if it doesn't work perfectly, means AWS, the code from their own is faulty, because I got this from
Them.
yeah. I'm just little down. Let me check the generator and know what's up. Oh, this almost more than 1 hour section. I didn't plan for this. Oh my god. Just calm down, we'll fix it. That's challenges we face when it comes to coming. Just give me, I want to run it outside AWS to understand what's happening.
Okay.
Okay, I think I know where it's coming from. Oh, why is this having these same issues? I have to catch another one from AWS and same challenge.
The first bit must be.
I'm coming. I'm coming. Just few minutes.
Okay.
I think there's the issue is coming from my settings. Oh, I think I now know the issue. Okay, I think that is where I've seen the issue. Let me just. Let me. Same issue again. Oh, now I will rectify it.
Okay.
Your emission objects can be public, log public. Should I edit this? I don't wanna do this. I don't wanna use this particular one. Okay, the pocket policy switching doesn't provide access to. Okay. Alright. Just few minutes. I will get this done. Since you're having a little error. Trying to find where the error is coming from. The bucket policy written in JSON. No policy to display. I'm actually doing the right thing here. This. Okay, let me know if this one will work out in another way. Oh, same issue. Is it to delete this? Still having same issue. No, I'll just trying to rectify it. As if you're a programmer, you understand that errors are something you must encounter.
Yeah, you must not sure.
So, and this is a real life section, so overly it must come just into Chronicle.
Yeah, but there's something I've just observed
Okay?
from the code. So just take it up, please.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I observed that this opening brackets we only have two opening brackets, but we'll have three closing brackets. The opening brackets should be three, so that this to open and close, open and close, open and close. You understand? So
Yeah, I think
we should have three at the top after that statement. Statements, brackets, this bracket. Okay, yeah. This one now you just put. You should put it before that first bracket. You should put it before the first bracket.
okay.
Yeah.
That's all you think, right?
Yeah. It's still giving the error.
It's not gonna work that way.
It doesn't. Sorry.
It's not gonna. It's still giving error.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't want to use policy generator or anything.
So much.
No, this is how it should be. Well, I don't know
Okay.
why it's giving me kinda error like this. It shouldn't be. Just few minutes. Let me check if I can get access to
Okay.
another one. This error. I've not encountered this before. I don't know why it's giving me. Okay, I think I know where the issue is coming from. Alright, let me check something. Must be valid JSON, which means there is something I'm meant to select that I'm not actually selecting well.
Okay.
Okay. Can you reduce your sound, please?
Okay. No, no, there's someone playing this background.
This is how you should be. Still having issues. Still having issues. This shouldn't be. This shouldn't be. Okay, let me just walk through this down. Okay. The issue now is now in 8.
I'm like 8. Choke.
Unexpected error. Let me read it and know. Missing required field statement. Okay. 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 Today we're gonna do is See number 2 again. Missing require field statements. Policy mobilization and first byte must be. This is the first byte now. This is the first byte. So and I used it as well. So so this is what I used now. Oh, I think I've seen the problem. I think I did not add the version I'm working with. I added the version yet.
So again, we're given this.
Index line 10. Line 1 column 10. What's going on now? Oh, I've seen another issue. Sorry for wasting your time, sir.
No issues.
I've gotten it.
Okay.
Can you see the issue we're having? I'm meant to add this before the version.
Okay. Yeah.
This thing give me unexpected invalid
It's
source.
invalid.
Sure. Oh. Oh.
Invalid resource equals.
Let me check some certain things again. I know this. I'm editing the policy. I don't want to use their own policy, is it? I want to add my own policy. Okay, I think I know where that one is coming from. We need to change the name. Call
Okay, yeah.
Justin, right?
Yes.
Justin, CHUKWEM EMPKA. I think this is correct now. Oh wow.
Okay. Finally,
That's it.
it's more time.
So let's go back to the site that was actually giving us this thing and refresh it. Let me come last few minutes. Okay, this was the site that was giving us issue, right? So let me refresh it.
Okay.
That's it. Can you see it now? Hello?
Yes, can see it. Start bootstrap.
Can you still see my
Service.
screen now?
Yes. Yeah, I can.
Oh,
Yeah.
finally.
Welcome to our studio. It's nice too.
So this is the this thing we're working with, the static website we're actually trying to host. So from your end, copy the link. Let me drop it for you. Let me drop it on the WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that.
If just let me drop it on the group chat, then try and know if you can just log into it now. Copy. Let me send you. Okay. I've dropped it now on the group chat.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay.
I've linked it there. I'm waiting for the site to.
Okay. Is it open?
It's still loading.
Okay.
Bad network here.
Okay. that will be the end of today. So next class will be posted on the group.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for
Okay, sir.
joining. I'll make the video available, and remind me if there is any link. I promise to share that not shared. Remind me of it so that I'll quickly share it on the group as well.
Okay.
Thanks guys for joining. It's really not easy, even though we were having lots of troubleshooting here and there. But finally we achieved. So this now is how to host a static website. If you're working as a solution architect or cloud engineer, the programmer, the developers give you the code for you to host. This is actually what to do. Now the next class will be working on how to host a dynamic website. You know that one actually requires database, how to create database in AWS, how to host it, and heavily expect lots of troubleshooting as well. Because the more you troubleshoot, like the processes we took now, we're trying to know what actually is the issue for us to be able to know how to solve it. So we're able to tackle this, solve it. So whenever you're having challenges, just to calm down, relax. Everything coding, troubleshooting is the hardest part of it. Alright, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Satu,
Alright.
for the time.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Alright.